Well, the Cape is a wonderful place. We all know that. That's why so many people consider retiring here, moving here, getting a vacation house here. But there are 5 things that you should consider before you do any of the above. These things, if you cannot put up with these, maybe another place would be a better choice for you. All right, number 5. It's seasonal. All right, in the summer, the concerts are going, the plays are going, the beaches are wonderful, the biking is wonderful, the golfing is wonderful. It's just a happening place. It is my favorite place. It is just fantastic. But come the winter, you're not going to lay on the beach. You're not going biking in most cases. You're not playing golf. There isn't music. There aren't plays. It is a pretty calm place, which some people really enjoy. And if you're one of those, then cross this one off your list. No big deal. But for those who like activity, the Cape can become very inactive in the winter. So that's something you need to consider, okay? Number 4, winter weather, okay? This is different than seasonality. The Cape in the winter is just brutal. 40-mile-an-hour winds quite often. It's 90% humidity. It is dreary. It cuts through you. I remember my wife and I took a vacation up to New Hampshire. We left here. It was 32 degrees. It was blowing well over 30. It was humid. It was freezing. And we drove up to New Hampshire. By the time we got up there, we'd taken off our coats and stuff. Well, we arrived to our friend's house, got out, and we were getting the bags and stuff, and the friend leaned out the door and goes, "What are you guys doing? You put on your coats." We go, "It's not that cold." He goes, "It's 0 degrees." I can tell you, 0 degrees felt warmer than the 30 did on the Cape when you add in wind chill and moisture and stuff, okay? It is just a very bleak time weather-wise in the winter, okay? Number 3, just the opposite, summer crowds, okay? In the summer, it gets busy. My daughter came down to visit us a couple of months ago. Took her 2 hours to get over the bridge. All right, it's just the way it goes. I mean, it's just as brutal. And once you're here, in some cases you can take back roads, because you get to know the local roads, and you can take back roads and avoid the traffic. But in many cases you can't. My wife and I decided to go up to Provincetown this summer. We got to the Orleans Circle and went into Eastham, and the traffic stopped, okay? We're still 25 miles away from Provincetown, and the traffic just stopped all the way. I mean, just one road, Route 6, that's it. A couple of side roads, you can cut out a little bit of section, but at some point you got to get on Route 6, and the traffic was not moving. We finally got up northeast Ham and said, "That's it, we can't do this." Turned around and came back. Also, when it comes out to go to the restaurant, you arrive and there's 30 people waiting outside the restaurant, waiting for the next table. Beach is closed down by 9:30. They don't let any more cars in. It is just bustling. Orleans has a population, somewhere, around 6,000 people in the, year round. In the summer, it goes up to 25,000, not counting the people in the hotels and stuff. I mean, it is just a very crowded experience in the summer. Now, it's beautiful. It's cooler than most of the rest of the country. There's great fishing, great boating, sailing, golfing. I mean, it is wonderful, but you have to fight through a sea of humanity to get there, okay? So if you can't deal with the crowds in the summer and you don't come up with a strategy, and my wife and I, when we go out to dinner, we tend to go early before the crowds get there, at least before too much of the crowd gets there. So, you can come up with strategies, and as long as they work for you, fantastic. But it's something you got to deal with. The second challenge you have to work with is the cost of living. And we actually have a separate video. Subscribe and like this video, and you'll You get notified when we post that one. That should be being posted in about a week. All right, but the cost of living is astronomical. Gas is 15% more expensive than in other parts. Food, I mean, you name it. They got to bus it in and truck it in, and it's just very expensive. So, make sure that this is something you want to deal with. Make sure that you're ready to put up with the cost of living. It's just very, very expensive. And number one, okay, the one that most people don't think about, lack of service people, okay? We have a big shortage of people in the service industries. In the service industries, I'm counting a large swath of jobs in the service industries. There's obviously the waiters and waitresses at restaurants, the retail help. All those are lacking. That's one of the reasons why the restaurants, you walk into a restaurant, there'll be an hour wait, and you'll be looking, and there'll be 10 empty tables. You go, what about those tables? They got the tables. They don't have the help to wait on them. All right? I mean, it's a terrible thing for the poor owners of these businesses. They have the business. They just don't have the staff to handle the business. But it goes farther than that. I'm sitting here right now in a kitchen that we put in. The biggest part of the project of putting in the kitchen in our house was finding someone to do it. We were calling people and they were telling us, oh yeah, we'd love to do your kitchen. We have a 2.5-year wait right now. We have a 2-year wait. Plumbers, try to get a plumber. They very, very difficult because there just aren't enough around. And just to show you how much this includes everything, one of the big challenges if you move here year round is finding a primary care doctor. They're all booked up. Okay, my wife and I, when we moved back to the Cape last year, we called around. We couldn't find a single primary care doctor. All right, we went for 6 months without a primary care doctor. Finally, a neighbor calls us up and said, "Hey, there's a new doctor just opened up down in Osterville. I just got in. Call him quick." And I called up and they said, "Yeah, we still have some room. Yeah, absolutely." So we picked up our primary care doctor on the pure chance that a neighbor heard about it. I don't even know how he heard about it, and called us to let us know because he knew what a challenge it was for us to find one. Well, he had been here for over a year before he found one. And so, you arrive and, particularly if you're just getting here and you're having a new house and to you, maybe a house built in the 70s or 80s. There's very few. We don't have new developments on Cape Cod. It's not like, you go down to Atlanta and they've just put in, 4,000 new houses in one development. Most of the houses here are older, and most of them, by the time they go up for sale, they've been owned by the same family for a while, and they haven't updated the kitchens, bathrooms, landscaping, and you need to get people to help. Well, it's a challenge. You'll spend a lot of time and energy trying to get someone. And the people know this, so their pricing is in line with the scarcity. So those are the 5 things you have to worry about when you move here that you got to be ready to deal with. And I hate to be so brutal about it. I love the Cape. Obviously, I chose to live here, and there's a lot of great reasons. We'll do another video about all the reasons you should live on the Cape. But these are much more annoying than you think they're going to be.